Auction time. This is the O series auction, 30 series. Alright, 3001. You might hear some rain in the background. Well, you probably are right now. We're in the middle of a shower. It'll be on and off. Hopefully not too loud. Let's see. This is a blade of Kentucky mid-grade hornstone. It's sort of a dark gray. It's not the blue, although it might look blue because of the reflection off the background. I worked on this last night. It came from a large nodule and it was kind of crunchy. Alright, so this is not the highest grade of hornstone, but it does knap easily for sharpening, just not easily for thinning. Okay, let's see. This one is 7 3/8 by 2 1/4. Yeah, this is some material that I purchased here at the Knapping, and then I napped occasionally to between conversations and stuff to try to get this thin down. I managed to get the bulk of this troubled area here. See how it's kind of like circled around with quartzite? It's got a thin band of quartzite around this little bullseye. There's a band here. So there was a big old circle in the middle of this large spall that I started with, or a semicircle. Okay, so you can either use it like this or refine it down. But if you decide to refine this down, it's going to be difficult in some areas. I would suggest just finish the pressure flaking. I didn't finish the pressure flaking. This is all, well, not all, but mostly percussion with a fine tip percussor, indirect percussion, to just even it out. But you can pressure flake it and get it even straighter. All right. 3002. This one is a blade of Georgia jasper with a couple of inclusions in it. For me, if I was going to finish this out, I would just grind this off here or grind it down, because I tried many times to get flakes to travel through that. I was able to get some flakes to reduce that down from the other side, but if I hit too hard, I run the risk of overshooting. So, you can always leave it like this, but I tried one last attempt to run a flake through here from the edge, but it just crushed away. So this is not really nappable stuff. If you really wanted to get it thinned down, I would just grind it. Yeah. It's going to look kind of funny in that spot when it's ground down. It'll have like tool marks or whatever. But it'll be thin. Anyway, this inclusion is not that difficult to nap through. So yeah, Georgia jasper, raw. It can be heat treated, 7 3/4. Now, if you heat treat this, you can go up to 500 degrees, but I recommend about 450. Unless, you take it out and you try to nap through this and it doesn't nap, you can put it back in at 500 or so. But this may soften up if you heat treat it. So it's dicey. Sometimes these get softer and you can nap through them when you heat treat. It'll change color. It'll be red on the outside and more yellowy on the inside if you decide to heat treat this stuff. All right. In most cases, it may not change all that much. So if I were doing it, I wouldn't mess with the heat treatment. I would just try to find a way to knock that down, either by grinding or pecking and grinding too. I don't know. Maybe not pecking and grinding. I don't know. I tried to get in there with a pick to pick off those step fractures. Anyway, just FYI on this patch there. It's very difficult to remove. And it's just percussion sharpened. It's not pressure sharpened anywhere. It's all percussion. All right. .3003. This one is a heat treat from Texas. It's not alabates, although it looks similar. It is maybe some kind of agatized or dolomized stuff. It's a bit steppy, but I got it refined down, and I did sharpen the edges with pressure. All right, this one is 4 inches exactly by 2 1/8 or so. Yeah, it's a heat treat. It's not that glossy, so it looks raw. Some heat treats do not gloss up. This is a perfect example. But the heat treatment made it much easier to knap compared to how it was raw. Okay. .3004. This one is some sort of Kentucky hornstone, lower grade. You can see the different colors, right? This one looks like it would knap very easily, but it naps more like a fine grain rhyolite. So it's not an easy hornstone. And as I was knapping a lot of this hornstone here that I found at the Knapping, I was calling it fool stone because it fools me into thinking it's a high quality stuff because it looks exactly like high quality hornstone, but it's a lower quality. So it's steppy and very tough. And you tried notching it, and it's easy to blow off a barb or an ear because you have to apply a tremendous amount of pressure. So what I did was, to avoid that, I think I did blow off one side. It was a lot longer. I thinned this down a lot. You got to thin down the stem area a lot to get notches in this type of material. All right, so I don't know what you'd call that. Maybe a little corner notch or something. This one is 2.5 1.25 inches. It can be used as a hunting point on an arrow, but I think back in the day these were at little dart points. 120. Yeah, you can't see that. Anyway, 120 grains, not grams. And these were at little dart points back in the day. These Kirks, if it could pass for a Kirk, I suppose. But you can mount it to a modern arrow if you wanted to, I suppose. Here comes the rain. 3005. This one is a hornstone type material as well, but it seems to be more closely related to Sonora. It's a very tough stone, but it's glossy, it's raw, and it naps well on this side, right? But it had some weird inclusions in here that made it difficult for me to sharpen this edge without step fracturing and crushing it. There's little step fractures and stuff. I suppose this could also be considered a Kirk, although I don't know if it's within range or whatever. 3 inches by a little over 1.25 inches. This one is 332. You can't even see that. 330, 332 grains. I don't know why you can't see. Not even if I do that. Okay, so yeah, this could be either a knife or a little dart point. 3006. This material, I was told, is Dover chert. and it's a McCorkle style. It's got some nice colors in it. This was not easy to knap, but it produces a pretty sharp and nasty edge, so it's very usable. And back in the day, a lot of points were made from Dover, or this Dover related material. So I was told it's Dover chert of some variety, and it's got a pretty cool healed crack in it. You know, the minerals have deposited themselves in this natural crack, and over time, over millions of years, I suppose, it heals itself. So yeah, it's raw. I don't think this particular type of stone is heat treatable. I don't think Dover can be heat treated. So did I measure it? I don't remember. 2 7/8, inch and 3/4. All right. 3007. This is a heat treated piece of Georgia Flint River chert. It had some inclusions in it, but they weren't bad. I heat treated this batch at my house, and I just knapped it here while I was here. This is what I would call a Hernando point, which is a Florida or Southeast U.S. style point. Yeah, I like using this material for the Hernando points. I need to figure out what else was made from this Florida, or this is from Georgia, this Georgia chert. Got to figure out what else can I make that would look good other than Clovis, of course. But yeah, this one is 180 grains, and I can't believe you can't see that. Yeah, 180 grains. All right, now the boxes. Let's see. $3008 box of bifaces and baroques. All right, or is it only bifaces? No, it's baroques and bifaces. All right, this all right, let's see if I can identify these. There's so many different things going on. I can't remember. I think this is a Texas chert. This one is a Texas chert. This one's heat treated Burlington. Heat treated Burlington. Heat treated something I can't. Mystery chert. I think it's heat treated. Heat treated Burlington. Although this one is going to be dicey. I included it because it had a nice color to it. You might be able to get a little arrowhead out of it. Arrow point. All right. This one is Texas heat treat. I think this is a Texas raw. Some of these I got from the Knapping pit, so they're not all mine. This one, Texas, yeah, it's Texas Hurrah, it looks like. This one is, this is a remnant from, I did this one, I think this is from the Knapping pit, one of the flakes in the Knapping pit. I just picked up and tried to work it. It's that low grade hornstone looking stuff, or fool stone. Low grade. This is actually a heat treat Tennessee chert, and we find it here, local to this Knapping, this tanned Tennessee chert. This is a heat treat, but it's a mild heat treat. It only got up to like 500 degrees or something. It turns more reddish in many cases with higher heat. I think this can go way above 600, maybe even to 700. No, these are Texas cherts, and not all these little baroques and bifaces are mine. This is a Burlington heat treat. I think this one is one of mine. These are Burlington. This is Burlington heat treat here. Yeah, Burlington heat treat. It can be brittle, as you can see. I don't know. I think these are Texas. Yeah, these are Texas, and I can't remember if these are heat treats. Probably are, since they snapped like that. Texas. I think this is a heat treat on this side. This is probably a heat treat as well. We tried to. That's not one of mine. This is a piece of Dover chert, raw. This is a piece of full stone. Looks like a. It looks like a type of hornstone, but it's a low grade. Low grade because it's hard to knap. You know, you gotta hit it really, really hard. Heat treat Burlington, Texas, I guess. Most of these little pieces are Texas cherts. And most of them are not mine. I just picked these up. Oh, this is just a random flake. This is a flake of Dover chert. From Kentucky, I guess. Maybe even Tennessee. I think it's this from Tennessee, this Dover stuff. That particular variety. Piece of Novaculite. Heat treated. Should nap nicely. Yeah. And these are all, I think, Texas heat treats. All right, that took long enough. It might be interesting to sample these varieties. $3009 box of bifaces, and there are some brokes in here too. Brokes and bifaces. Let's see. Yeah, this is another box of brokes and bifaces. All right, so this is the beginnings of a point, but I didn't do the base yet. I was doing a demonstration on how to thin this down on the top here. It was a pretty big chunk. It can be used as a hand axe, I suppose. Just grind this down. I didn't grind anything down on that side, but it is Texas root beer, raw. It says right on there, root beer. All right. This is a Burlington heat treat. Burlington heat treat. Burlington heat treat. Burlington heat treat. All right, this is a Burlington heat treat. Lower grades. These are all lower grades. Except perhaps for this one, but it is kind of crunchy. But there's two little arrow points in that batch if I don't break it. Yeah, but this is a higher grade, but it's delicate. These are lower grades of Burlington. I think this is I don't know what that is. It could be a local Tennessee chert. Raw. This is a piece of pit. This is a pit biface from the Knapping pit. It looks like a piece of Dover. Raw Dover from Tennessee. This looks like a Texas chert similar to root beer. This looks like a Texas heat treat. I don't know what that is. That's a Knapping pit throwaway. It might be heat treat because it looks glossy there. This is local or, well, semi-local piece of hornstone, lower grade. It doesn't look too bad. Someone just snapped it and then threw it in the Knapping pit. This is not one of mine. It looks blue under this lighting, and I suppose it used to be called Kentucky Blue, but it's just a variety of Kentucky hornstone. All right, so that's probably a Texas. I don't even know. This one is a Texas, and this is a heat treat, I believe. Mildly heat treated. It's pretty crunchy. It might be raw. If it's heat treated, it's only mildly heat treated, and it broke. This is one of mine. It broke because it had that defect, and I was really hitting hard on there to remove some of that stuff. Oh well. And I think I have the tip in here somewheres. I don't know. Where's the tip? I don't have the tip in here. I don't think. Oh, here's the other half of the other one. Yeah, I don't have the tip of this one in here. Dum-de-dum. There it is. Yeah, I believe this is a local Tennessee chert. They call it Creek chert. Texas heat treat. This one looks like a Burlington heat treat. And I don't know what that is. Various cherts, probably mostly Texas. This one looks like a heat treat. I don't know what kind it is. These are all heat treats, Texas heat treats, I believe. Although I don't know, we do have chert similar to this lighter color stuff in Texas, but it might not be a Texas. But if I were to put money on it, I'd say yeah, it's just a variety of Texas chert heat treat. All right. Yeah, I tried to identify these as best I could, but I don't think I'll be able to do any better. If you ask me in an email, I probably won't be able to do any better, or I might even give you some contradictory statements. Yeah, so that's it. I don't know how to really identify these very well. Okay, that's it for that one. $3.10 box of bifaces of various types. This is a heat-treated Burlington. Should be okay. I didn't encounter any major defects, although there may be some issues with the cortex there. It's meaty enough that you can probably remove that. Just be careful with this one. These will snap easy. This one is... oh gosh, I think this is a Texas heat treat. Same with this, but these are low grades. Okay. Now, the low heat treats and mid-grade raws are almost indistinguishable if the heat treat does not gloss up. So these could be raw, but just mid-grade raw. And I might actually have one of these on video. I think this one is on video, if I remember correctly. Anyway, these are mid-grade. They're either mid-grade raw or low-grade heat treat. Texas stuff. This one is a hornstone variety, Kentucky style, mid-grade to low-grade. It has low-grade areas in it, and it's a hornstone type. It's not going to respond to heat. It's also somewhat similar to Sonora. All right, I didn't have time to finish this one out. I was going to finish some of these out because I got a bunch of these spalls here at the Knapping, but they're low to mid-grade. This is a mid-grade. I got some that's even worse than this. This one is same deal. This is a variety of hornstone, but this is a low grade. All right, it looks like it might be a higher grade, but this is a low grade. So if you're working this and you've got some of this stuff, you know, if you're in central Tennessee or Kentucky near the Tennessee border, you might find some of this stuff just on the surface and thinking it's high quality. I consider this a low grade type of hornstone. Okay, and it cannot be heat treated. It won't improve. And there's a little crack right there. Right there. So be aware of that. It makes it very dicey to nap this one, but some of you guys want to know what the low grade is compared to high grade. Some people might be thinking it's high grade and they're napping it and they're thinking, why can't I get anything out of this high grade stuff? It's because this is low grade. I call it fool stone because it fools you. It looks like it might be high grade. This is Coastal Plains. This is Georgia Chert, butterscotchy type. I was going to make something out of this one too, but ran out of time. This is Georgia Jasper. This is a high grade piece, and I was going to make a high grade point out of it, but ran out of time. So I tossed it in here, and now you can have it. All right, this is Mahogany Obsidian, but this, I believe, is a Mexico type of Mahogany Obsidian, which is different from the California triple flow. All right, so this is different. It's going to nap different than triple flow. This is going to nap very easily, but it's brittle and it feels like plastic. It's a weird material. All right, you cannot hit this extremely hard because it will snap in half. This is a snappy type, snap in half chert, or snap in half obsidian. You can barely hit the base or the tip and it'll snap in half. So be aware that this is not the California type of mahogany obsidian that's very flexible and very easy to make thin points from. This is a Mexico variety that is more brittle. As far as I know, this is not triple flow. Okay. $3.11. This is a box of mahogany obsidian flakes, and as I was saying in the previous item number, this particular type of triple flow is not from California. As far as I know, it looks like a Mexican mahogany, which is more brittle than the stuff you get from California. Okay, so just be aware. These are all usable flakes that you can make arrow points from, metal dart points from, or whatever you want. Okay, these are going to be, less than 4 inches, and in a lot of cases, less than 3 inches, and in some cases, maybe less than 2 inches, a little bit less. So it's a range, but you should be able to knock out some true arrow points. I'll try to fit as many of these in this box as possible, and if I can't fit them all in, I'll start taking out the lower grade flakes. Yeah, a full box priority flat rate small is about excuse me, it's almost 3 pounds. It's like 2 pounds 11 to 14 ounces. This is a little bit lighter than a lot of stone, so it may be like 2.5 pounds when I completely stuff this. I got more in here than I can ship. All right, but I'll take the best ones and I'll ship them to you. I'll take out the lower grade. If I see any issues, I'll take them out and get this to fit very full, but not over full. Okay. Okay, 3 boxes on this one. 3012, 3013, 3014. 3 boxes, all similar flakes. There's going to be a variety of flakes in here. Let's see. I'm not going to go through each one of these, but they're all Debitage flakes from our group that was napping around the same little area, and I sorted through all of our Debitage. These are Debitage flakes. 3012. It has Rainy Buttes, low-grade hornstone, little bits of Georgia Flint River chert, Texas raw and heat treats, Georgia Jasper. It's got some Burlington heat treats in here. Just a variety of all kinds of stuff. There's not much of the Rainy Buttes, but there's a bunch of Texas heat treats and raw. This one's got some Georgia Jasper. I tried to mix it up as best I could so that all these boxes have similar stuff. So this is 312, 3012, 3013, random stuff. This is Texas Georgetownish, I think. Hopefully. Burlington, a little bit of obsidian, a mahogany obsidian. That was Flint River, Georgia Flint River. There's some Burlington in here. This is a little biface. I should have put it in the broke some bifaces, but there you go. You get it. Oh yeah, just another little broke. So this is Rainy Buttes. A lot of you guys already know what this stuff is. You can identify it by sight. This is Rainy Buttes flakes. This is Novaculite. And Burlington and Rainy Buttes and a little bit of Mahogany Obsidian. This one may be a little bit heavier with the Burlington flakes, heat treated Burlington flakes. Yeah. This one is a Texas. I don't know if it's a raw or not. I think it's raw. Okay. So that's that box. They're going to be slightly different, but I tried to mix them up as much as possible to give you the same stuff in each box. Alright, 3014. Last but not least, again, we got a mixture of flakes. Novaculite. This is a hornstone. This might be a little bit higher grade than the other pieces. Hornstone, Texas heat treat, mahogany obsidian, Rainy Buttes. So this one might be Novaculite heavy, or more Novaculite than the other boxes. But, you know, these are some of these Novaculite pieces might be dicey. Like that one's got a crack in it. Yeah, it goes all the way through there, so you might lose quite a bit of this one on this side here. That, you know, just be aware some of these flakes may have cracks. Novaculite, heat treat Burlington, hornstone or Texas, I can't tell. Some of this could be hornstone. Rainy Buttes. Yeah, okay. Same stuff. There's no surprises in this one. I don't think there's much Georgia Jasper in this one, so just be aware of that. I didn't see any. No Georgia Jasper in this one. As far as I can tell. All right. Rules. Bid in the comment section under one of my pre-populated comments. If you don't know what a pre-populated comment is, just look at the previous auctions. You'll see that I put in comments before the auction and then I post it. And you're supposed to bid or reply to one of my comments I put in there that describes the item. All right? You're supposed to bid or reply under one of the ones I put in. Don't just go to the comment section and type in $25 because I don't know which one you're talking about. Go to the comment that I put in, which means it's pre-populated or pre-written and installed into the comment section. You go and you open up the comment section, figure out how to do that. I have a demonstration on one of my videos. Let's see, which one is it? Auction 3J. I have a demonstration on my tablet on how to open up the comment section where you can see all the comments. It may be a little tricky for those who don't know how to do that. You may not see anything except a reply field when you go and you look down and see if there's any comments. You just might see only a reply field and nothing else. Don't hit that reply field and hit enter. Or don't write in that reply field and hit enter. You need to open up the comment section. Okay? And reply to one of my pre-populated comments. Please. It's starting to get to be an issue where I have to post the bids for you. It takes a lot of time for me to keep checking on that. It doesn't take time for me to do it, but to keep checking that you guys are doing it correctly takes time. All right. I will like your comment if I see it. That's important. Check to see if I like it. As time approaches the end of the auction, I will check more often and I will like it faster. In the beginning, I might not like your comment very fast. It could take an hour, maybe up to 3 hours, depending on where I am. Here, we have very bad reception. So, even though I might like the comment, it might not post right away. Or I might not see your comment until later because the reception is so bad. But as time nears the end of the auction, I will be in a location with Wi-Fi, so I will not have an issue with the slowness. All right? Okay. I will like your comments if I see it. Sometimes they're not always visible. It may take a while for me to like your comment, but as time approaches the end of the auction, I will check more frequently. All right, I went over that demo. Try not to bid at the last minute. Yeah, it's important. Try not to bid at the last minute, please. I'm using YouTube's time tracker, and it's not always accurate. It can take up to 2 minutes. It can be up to 2 minutes off. Please be aware of this. So, you guys are really good at bidding. Most of you guys have bid before, so you know that you're bidding on time. I have no doubts about that. So you know you're bidding on time. I know you're bidding on time, but YouTube may not show it as bid on time, which means that I will not count your bid. All right, if it says you're late on YouTube, that little timestamp, it won't count. So just be aware. Just be aware of that, please. Shipping is free in the U.S. International shipping is discounted but not free. I will add the following amounts to your winning bid if you're an international bidder. The only difference is Canadian shipping is slightly cheaper than all the other international shippings. So it's a little bit different for Canadian shipping. All right. First class package, I'll add $20. Small priority flat rate box, I'll add between 20 and 30, depending on where it's going. 20 for Canada, I believe. Medium priority flat rate box, $40 to $50. I will add that to the winning amount. Okay. I will provide tracking numbers. I accept PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, check or money orders. I can also email you an electronic invoice that you can pay with a card. Winners will be announced starting at 9:01 p.m. Eastern Time. I'm on Central Time, so that's 8 Central, or 7 Mountain, or 6 Pacific. That's when the auction ends, and I will start announcing the winners. So if you're on Eastern Time, I'll start at 9:01. If you're Central, it'll be 8:01. I will announce at 7:01 Mountain and 6:01 Pacific. Why 01? Because I'm checking during that 1 minute. Let's say you're Eastern Time, from 9 to 9:01. A lot of you guys are still bidding, and you will bid at the last minute, so I'm checking. And I won't announce until it goes ding, hits the 1. I won't start announcing. And I'll start with the chronological order of the item numbers. I'll start with item 01 first, and then go all the way down the list. It may take me up to 20 to 30 minutes to get from the first item to the last item on the list, because I had to type it all in and cut and paste and that kind of stuff, my responses. And sometimes there is interference because lots of people are checking the results and it's slow. Okay? I will reply to your winning bid with sold, thank you, item number, price, etc. Please email me your name, address, etc. to jackcrafty2@gmail.com. Yeah, if you've already done business with me, I don't need a lot of this information. But if you're new, I need to know who you are, what is your YouTube name compared to your real name and your address so I can send it to you. All right? I need to know all that. And you need to send it to me if you win. Just keep watching the comment section. I'll announce it if you won. I will heart your comment, and I will like it, and I will respond to it. So you got like 3 different messages in your YouTube bell notifications that, you should be able to recognize that you've won. Okay? There's no PMs in YouTube. No private messages, so I can't private message you. And if I don't have your email, if you're new, you're not going to know unless you check yourself. All right? There is a more complete description of the rules in the description box below. If you have questions, please email me at jackcrafty2@gmail.com. Please look at my previous auctions to see how they work. If you are not able to reply or comment, you will not be able to bid. If you don't know how to reply or comment, please practice on another one of my videos. I will work with you via email if you're having issues or with comments or replies. Okay. So yeah, I'm still at the Knapping location, but I can get Wi-Fi periodically. So that's what I'll be using to conduct the auction. And it was a good Knapping. I hope to be here next year for sure. And I will publish an updated list of all the Knappings that I have on my list soon, either this week or sooner. By the end of this week or sooner. Yeah. So I hope you guys had a good weekend. My weekend was really good at the Knapping. And all right, good luck.